Hi, Ding Ding.
Penis!
Ding ding.
Hello, house husband.
Yes, what Waffle said. And we are gonna begin. So, what happened last time? You came here, you wake up. Strom was like, oh my god, where's my axe? And then he went to the town hall, and there was this guy who stole his axe because he needed a walking stick because he was hungover, and Strom did not care. So he's
Actually, I believe Strom woke up and was like, I'm a killer bitch.
yeah, but he was generous enough to not kill a bitch in front of everyone, which we will go back to, which is an interesting juxtaposition towards the end of last episode. Then you all went and you were like, oh my god, there is a murder in the temple. Who could it be? And so Law was investigating a little bit, and then Geo was having some issues with the blacksmith, and then everyone else was discovering that Rovina is actually not Law's sister, and that she just wanted vengeance and to murder a bitch. And so at the end of the last session, the bitch came to the city, even though you bought a card, which was not necessary, but you already spent the money, so it's too late. And the bitch arrived to the city. His name is Ruan, and there was a conversation, and then Char stabbed him in the back and murdered him instantly. And that is where we left off last. So there's a lot of people around you. Not many guards, but there's a lot of screaming children and women, and one of them is being quote unquote attacked by Don Don because she has a basket of bananas and he wants the bananas, and she's like, oh my god, no, leave me alone, and she screams, and it adds to the cacophony of scared, terrified noises. So what do y'all do? For the purpose of continuity, Geo sneaked out and be like, I'm out, and disappeared into the crowd somewhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I believe she would do that. Just see the stabbing happening and going like, I'm out, bitches.
Yep. And she did exactly that.
I think Strom's gonna try and grab Char.
Oh. Okay.
Sure, go for it.
Roll me.
I'm not resisting.
Oh, you're not resisting. Okay.
No, he's just gonna grab him. That's not how this work.
It's not.
No.
He took a life, I took his. It doesn't work like that.
No. He have chance. He fight for life. This murder.
Murder for a murder seems fair.
No.
Let's just calm down, everybody. Please.
To which you hear a lot of screams of other people.
I think at this point I'm just dangling somewhere in an arm, in a giant arm. So
You it most definitely looks like it. You're quite petite in comparison to Strom, so yeah.
If he's petite, then I wonder how low it's compared to Strom.
You're literally a size of his fist.
I mean,
No,
canonically, every time Strom has lifted you up, it has been single-handedly with you standing in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
He's like one of those miniatures. He's like, there you go. So, and at this point, you can hear some shuffling far away, but they're slowly moving towards you. I would say they're moving fast, but you know, I'll give you some time.
Okay, how to do this? How to solve this? How to do this? Oh god. Let's see this. No.
They're getting closer.
Lo. Please,
Yes.
please buy banana off lady.
Yeah, sure. Law runs to the lady. Oh, sorry, he just really, really loves bananas.
And she,
How about 2 gold for all of them?
She takes the whole basket of banana, throws it towards you, and tries to run away. Roll me a d4, please.
D4?
Yes.
Okay.
a more detailed question here for Strom, like, How are you grabbing me at this point? Because it's more what can I move and what can I not move.
I see it as he's not like physically holding you up. He just has a hand on your shoulder, holding firmly.
Okay, because I was thinking you holding me up by the scruff of my neck or something like that.
No, he's not done that. He's got his hand on his shoulder. He's gripping in a way that's saying like, "I don't want you running off," but he's not like restraining you or lifting you off the ground.
Uncomfortable. Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
he would just give
probably
you,
hurts a little.
I thought he was just giving you a big old bear hug and just holding you against the above the ground, but you know, you do you. Law, there's a basket flying towards you. Are you gonna try to dodge it, or are you just taking the whole basket?
I'm gonna try to catch it.
Oh, you're gonna catch it. Okay, roll me a strength.
Gotta catch
check.
him.
Oof. Okay, so
I can use my lucky feet when I roll a natural 20.
oof. Okay.
Yes.
I'm fucking remembering my stuffs now.
Wait.
Hell yeah.
Didn't you roll natural ones before this, and this never came
Yes,
up?
but I have always forgot that I have the lucky.
Okay, fair enough. The basket just flying towards you. The bananas are falling off of it, but then it just about to hit you. But you put your arms right in front of it, and it blocks it, and you do not take any damage. And now you have a lot of bananas if you want them. And the woman just runs away, and Don Don continues eating some of the bananas that are on the floor. Even though he consumes some of the sand, but he doesn't mind.
I'm just gonna look who is coming in this direction, even though I have a suspicion.
Well, so far, you can see not too far away. I would say like 60 feet away, coming from around the corner, there are guards coming towards you.
Okay.
How do we solve this? This is a problem. What would all of you say about this?
Trom's gonna stay there, holding onto Char, and wait for the guards.
Oh,
Well, I'm only going to sheath my swords again.
oh,
That's it. So
wait.
back if they go.
Sheath is the one that you put it in.
Put him away.
Okay.
Putting away.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Because I was still holding my swords.
yeah, fair enough. Is it covered in blood? Question mark. I would assume so.
Probably.
Okay. Law, what are you doing?
Panicking.
Okay. So at this point, while you're panicking, you can see, I would say, 8 guards running towards you, because there's been a ruckus, and probably someone already told them what happened. So they come towards you, because at this point, you're like in the middle, standing over the dead body, and they're just surrounding you. There's 8 of them, and they're holding their spears right towards you.
That's all.
What's law, right?
No, around all of you.
Okay, because I was going like, if it's just law, I'm just gonna step away from Strom and step in front of law.
No,
So that was it.
they've surrounded all of you.
Okay, it's fine.
What happened here?
This man got a bit aggressive towards us. We tried to ask him about, and we suspected that he had murdered someone, and
We
he got
know.
aggressive, and we know he murdered someone.
Wait,
And
wait, you suspect he murdered someone? How do you suspect that?
We know he murder.
yes,
In other town. We asked
He
him.
commit-
He admit.
he admitted the murder, and when he admitted the murder, he got hostile to us. And then, as an act of defense, my friend here, to save me, since I was the one confronting him, stabbed him in the back to save my life. So this is actually an act of mercy and not...
I got a bit aggressive myself, to put
Okay,
it mildly.
Law, roll me deception with disadvantage.
For fuck's sake.
They look like they don't believe you. They're like, at this point, you can see that all 8 guards, even though they were surrounding all of you, they focus more on you specifically, because you've been spitting a lot of interesting stories that you can't prove in any way. So they are
This
focusing on
man-
you mostly.
This man kill other in previous city.
Do you have
We
any
ask
proof?
him about there. He say he do it in self-defense.
Do you have any proof?
We know where the body is, but the one who has the body won't be happy about this.
Okay. Let's say
You might know who it is, though.
Okay, and he like wraps this conversation up. He was like, "Okay, let's take you all to custody. We'll discuss it there." And they're like slowly directing you back towards the city.
Or I start walking.
Okay.
Strom is not letting go of Char, by the way.
Okay.
He has seen him slip away before. He is not letting him do it now.
Okay. Fair enough. And they are slowly moving you towards the city. There's a crowd surrounding everything because this is quite a spectacle. Not every day this happens. So they're moving you towards the jail, and slowly but surely you get there. There's a not that big of a building, but it's a small hut, I would say. I mean, you don't have to apologize for Strom. He is what it is. He is who he is. Yes. But yes, they move you towards the jail, and it's a small building, but when you enter, there's a man, I forgot the word man. Okay. Sitting at the quote-unquote reception, and he's like, "Oh, what is happening?" And they're like, "We're taking them to custody, blah blah blah, all of the things." They put you in, there's a long corridor with cells, I would say like 6 of them, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. It's quite dark in there, and there is no other prisoners in there whatsoever, and they put you in the furthest one and lock the door behind you and kind of leave and stand guard. You see there are 2 guards next to the cell, and the other 6 leave. So, what do? You're locked in a cell. There is a tiny window in the room if you want to see what's outside.
Why kill?
A life for a life.
No.
So why not?
Eye for eye, leave world blind.
It is more philosophical than I expected of you. You might have a point.
You may think Strom no smart. And Strom no is smart. But Strom no is dumb.
True. I do know that.
He face justice. He see victim. Mother of. He explain. Then fight. Strength versus strength.
Funny
Not
thing,
murder.
funny thing about justice is you can buy your way out. No fight, no nothing. He just pays a sum and he goes. Is that justice? Does it happen?
If offended party accept justice done.
Well, the offended party doesn't have a say in it. You pay a fee to
Yes,
the city.
they do. Strom no mean laws. Strom mean justice. Strength versus strength.
Justice everywhere is different. and I'll have to adapt me to a different form of justice than what I learned then. I'll try to especially remember it next time when we talk about justice.
Strum, appreciate.
I appreciate the talk, Strum.
And while this conversation is happening, the night slowly descends. The cell is getting colder, but no one seems to be coming towards you at any point. And you can see a lonely rat crawling across the floor towards the exit and just leaves. Well, at some point, I would say, does any of you sleep? Question mark, or do you all stay awake?
I'm going for my meditation, but that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, Strum will sleep.
Okay. And Law?
I'm gonna roll for it actually.
Okay. I would say a wisdom saving throw.
I would say a Constitution saving throw if
Fair
he
enough. I mean, it depends on why you are.
he falls asleep.
Okay.
No, he actually stays awake. He's too anxious about what's happening and
Okay.
thinking about what would Olvia say about if she knew what happened here. What would Rowena think? Oh my god, everything is just panicking.
Okay. Also, Char, you can have inspiration from last session, the ending of last session. 'Cause it was quite entertaining, let's put it that way. Here is a thing. At some point during the night, I would say like rough estimation, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you can hear a couple of footsteps walking into the jail. You can hear at the same time that what is the name of the person who checks for if
We can just follow the jailer.
Guard?
yeah I would say the guard, quote unquote guard, not the guards that guard you, but the one who is responsible for everything in here. That guy. It's a small jail. He's the only one in charge there.
Like the captain or the lieutenant or
Yeah, but
ranking officer in charge.
yeah, one of those people. He is peacefully sleeping, and the guards are taking their guard. That doesn't sound right, but you get the idea. And the couple of footsteps, and as those footsteps get in closer, the night gets a little bit darker and just a little bit colder, and those guards slowly start to doze off and fall asleep. And as you hear those footsteps, they are slowly coming towards you, and you can see in one of the torchlights that is at the other side of the room, Rowena coming towards the main captain guard, and he instantly wakes up. And the same thing that you've experienced in her room one day earlier, or was it today earlier? The same purple mist coming around her as she was trying to charm you. The same thing happens at the same time here, and she says, I suggest you let them go. And with those words, she turns towards all of you, looks at those who are awake. I would assume, Char, are you asleep? You're in meditation, but would you be...
It's considered a very light sleep.
Okay,
so
you would
if
know.
I hear the footsteps, I would know.
Yeah, you would notice it. So you and Law notice it.
From his snoring.
Yeah. And she looks at both of you, and then without saying any other word, she puts a bag on the captain's desk, a little tiny small satchel. She puts it and just looks at you and leaves. And when the captain wakes up, he wakes up right as she leaves. No, wait, he woke up earlier, so she charmed him, and then, yeah, never mind. He was already awake. He goes toward your cell, he takes out the key, and he opens it. and then goes back to his chair and falls asleep.
That sounds like my cue to leave. You coming?
Yes. Strom!
I'm giving Strom like a little pat with the flat of my blade.
Okay.
Just like to his leg or his foot. Just nothing damaging.
Strom, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw to see how loud they need to be to wake you up?
Sure.
With advantage, because I'm feeling generous. Okay. They most definitely... They're very quiet in waking you up. But you wake up eventually.
Just wanna roll something else real quick.
Do it.
Okay. Never mind. Yeah. What?
Time to leave, and I start walking out.
Okay.
The guard is letting us go.
Oh. Okay.
On the way out, I'm grabbing that little satchel that you left behind.
Okay. Good. And in there, you see... I will not show it to anyone else but you. This is what you see, and I will give it to... Char. Yeah, you should see a jail note in your handouts. And
Yep.
there is also 300 gold in it. So yes.
I'm taking that.
Okay. You see that he... Do you read it in front of them, or do you just like glance it over and like dismiss it?
I think if I'm just gonna glance it over quickly, know what it basically says, and put it back in the little pouch and take everything with me in one go.
Okay. You see him do that, like, to a certain extent. Even
Oh, it's obvious enough. I'm just going to walk past, grab it, have a quick look what's inside, and keep walking.
Okay. And you're outside. It's dark. It's the middle of the night. There's no one outside. Not Ravina, not any guards. It's very quiet.
So what happens now?
Well, two choices. Either we leave and go over this again probably tomorrow. If we don't leave, we go over this again tomorrow, or we leave and go somewhere else.
We need to find Geo.
Right.
We need to find your sister. No. She
Well-
here or no?
No, it was the wrong Rowena.
We have anywhere else look?
Well, we had the murder of the priestess something, but it's so hard to say. There were no real clues to who did it, and she had no enemies, so I don't know how to do that.
To answer that simply, I don't think your sister would have killed the priestess.
I never said she did.
No, he is asking of the other places you want to look for your sister here.
I don't think my sister committed that murder. It's not like her.
I would agree with you. But because Strom asked, do you want to look anywhere else for your sister? I think he asked. I might be wrong.
Well, I
And
have no
then-
clues of where she is, so... But I would assume she is on the other continent. Because she was going on to another place in that continent, so I don't know why she would be here, but I was just... I don't know.
We also have Mist's worry about Strom. No sure if here where deal with.
We were
Strom told go west. Strom has gone west. Strom not know if keep go west.
question here for Eugene. We are in
Yes.
Opera Matera, right?
No, you're in Arrakis.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Just to make sure. The map ends here. This is as far west as the cities go. We can go north a bit and look in that city.
We can go south or we can go north, basically.
Yeah, but everything that is south apparently is a bunch of ruins. And in the north seems to be like more of a settlement. Where I will
True.
try to be as friendly as I can be.
Sure, let's go north.
So
Can you get Dong Dong ready, Storm? I'm going to have a look for Chio.
Okay.
I'll
Strom-
help you.
Yeah. You guys go look for Geo. I'll sort Dong Dong.
I'm going to check quickly in the inn and at the blacksmith.
okay.
Or around the blacksmith. That's the two places I'm going to check for Geo.
Okay, the jail is right next to the blacksmith. So on the map, this would be the
So
jail.
that's the jail. Okay.
Yeah. So you go outside. There's no signs of any activity next to the blacksmith. No inside, no outside. It's completely dark. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. He doesn't work at those hours. But the moment you get closer to the inn, you can hear a lot of noises, very loud, very aggressive, and they're not coming from the inn itself, but they are coming from the docks right next to the inn, right outside of it, to be specific. There is a crowd of people, and they are trying to just kick the guards' ass who are the guarding the docks, and they're fighting and trying to go inside the ship that is standing right there. But to know, at some point you can see even one of the guards push people, and one of them is bleeding, and he just goes away, but the people continue to push, and they're continuing being pushed back.
Is Law still with me? Because we left together, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, then yes.
I don't know where you are.
Would you mind trying to have a quick word with the people of what's going on, and I'll try and scout a bit around to see what is going on at the docks.
Okay.
If you don't want to, you can just go to the inn and look for Geo.
No, this is weird. So let's just see what's happening and then get out. Hopefully. Who am I?
Roll me both a perception. Okay. I would say that, yeah. Okay, Law hears it. Char, you hear some things of it. You figure out what you hear, what you don't hear. But the basic idea of what is happening is that the people are panicking. This is one of the last ships, the fastest one. It leaves. Wait, when does it leave? Question mark for Eugene. It leaves.
Whenever you say.
Yeah, it leaves in 2 days, and it goes to Aspira. And so people are panicking because the mist makes everyone panic, and they just want to get in onto the ship. You also hear from one of the people or the guards that everyone wants to leave at this exact moment because the panic is so big, that the price has been increased from 200 gold to 1,000 gold for one person. So that's that. That's the basic idea of what you heard in all of those conversation and ruckus happening.
I'm too busy with keeping myself away from the gaze of the guards.
Yeah. Also, guards are way too busy to pay any attention to you two specifically.
And I give the information to Char.
Okay.
Well, we better get moving soon then if the people are already panicking.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
take the cart and just go north.
Let's quickly go to the inn, have a look for Geo.
Okay.
I'm going to have a little sprint towards the inn.
Okay. As you walk into the inn, there are some people who are very aggressively discussing what's happening outside. Some of them are drinking, some of them are just I would say, stressed out because of the situation. Some of them do not care in the slightest about what is happening. And amongst the crowd of all those people, you can see Geo sitting in the back of it all, just drinking some whiskey, enjoying her time, speaking to a polished rock of sorts. I would say fist size. You've seen her speak to it before. And then as you approach her, she puts it back and looks at you.
Law will silent speak to her. We need to go now. The city is in panic. We go north. That's the plan.
I'm not gonna roleplay as Geo, because that's Am's job. She will just agree and move with you.
Sounds good. And I start leaving towards the cart then. With
You may
Law.
add 1 geo to your inventory.
Alright, 1 here. Now what's the rock called again?
Its name is Marbles, but I
I am
don't.
joking. Don't actually add to your
We just put her into the box that Strom is carrying with him anyways.
Yes.
Put her into Strom's chest, and that is now the carrying chest for away PCs.
Yes. Also, I hope you're taking care of your inventory weight-wise, because I don't.
Eh.
Yeah. Just like you, so you don't have like 70 great swords in it. So
I'm making no
ridiculous.
promises.
Yeah.
I tell Law to wait at the cart. I'm going to take a little detour.
Okay. Where are you going, Char?
I'm going to the brothel. The brothel.
Oh. Okay. It's even though it's 3 a.m., it's still lit up. So
I'm just gonna enter.
okay, you still see the same skinny receptionist guy sitting there, just looking at you. Can I help you?
I just take out the pouch, give him the note, and just say like, tell the lady I thank her for her help,
Okay.
and maybe she should burn her message, and bid him good night and leave again.
Okay. And he says okay, and just
Let's toss him a gold coin while I'm walking out.
okay. And then he catches it, and he's like, and he nods. You actually see a change, because that first okay was like, sure, whatever, probably won't. But the moment you gave him the money, he actually seems to agree and will do what you ask him to do.
And I'm leaving to the cart now.
Okay. Where is the cart and where are you going? I assume you're meeting.
The cart was
outside
up
the city.
here.
Yeah, you're somewhere there. You can still see the guards like looking at the dead body that you left there. I would say there are 2 of them, but they're still like investigating what is happening. There's no one else there. So either you all roll me a stealth check, or like you tell me what you're doing.
I have an idea, but Char himself is contemplating now because it's going to probably piss Strom off. And he just had like a little thing like he's going to think before he acts. So he was actually trying to keep his word here.
Do we see a stray cat going by or anything like that?
Roll me a d20. Let's see.
Am I here at this point, or is this before they've joined back up?
No, they all joined back with you, so you're there.
Okay. There is one thing I would like to have done briefly before
Okay,
they got
what
back.
is it?
When they've gone off, Strom is going to take the little amulet he's got that he acquired at the top of a mountain, which is, if I'm remembering the description properly, a wooden ring with a glass
Indeed.
center in it.
Yes.
And he's going to do what he's done before. He's going to lift it up to his eye, hold it like a monocle, and just look around and see if he sees anything, any guidance or what on where they should go.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
I mean, you know you're asking for a -2
know,
roll, right?
I do know that. Okay. Even with a -2, it's still in 11. So when you put it next to your eye, you can feel certain magical energy. It's somewhat inert, so it's not activated yet. It's just waiting for you to do something very specific. You can interpret that as much as Strom would do.
And will lick the glass.
Okay. It's now slippery and wet and covered in your saliva, but nothing changes.
Strom's going to try actually wearing it like a monocle, not just holding it up to his eye.
Okay, now your eye is also covered in your saliva.
It's not the first time.
But as you put in, like, as a monocle, you put it into your quote-unquote eye, you can feel a little buzz, a little tingle of electricity, like, just gently buzzing on your eye. But nothing changes.
He'll just leave it there and keep walking around.
Okay. So you three, you two, including Geo, came back and you see Strom with a monocle.
I'm probably going to tell Gio if she can, like, sneak away, because she had no issues with the guards, because she wasn't there.
Well, Law has a plan as well. That's why he's looking for a stray cat around.
Oh yeah, the stray cat. With an 18, yes, you can see. Does it need to be a You asked for a cat, so yes, there is a cat there, walking by. It's a black cat, it's just crossing your path. Gingerly.
Then Law will use the wand of enlargement and enlarge the cat so it will distract the guards.
Okay.
Because the cat is... That's a very... Hopefully they will investigate the large cat, because that's very odd.
Is there like what do you do when it's an unwilling creature? Is there a save of sorts? Because that cat surely doesn't want to be saved.
Let's see here. If it can make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's do it. Yep, the cat just... You point your wand towards it. You seem the little tingle of magic spreading around the cat, but then it just like brushes it off as if he was wet and continues going. I would say you can, if you want to do that again, you can try, but after that he will just disappear into some bush.
No, he won't.
Okay.
Okay, it won't. Worth a try.
Char, you ask Geo to disappear, and she just turns to you and like, I can meet you in the city, and we'll just meet up there.
Sounds good.
Okay, and with those words, she just like walks off, and slowly but surely she kind of disappears into the desert, and you don't see her anymore.
Oh god, she's gone to eat the desert.
She probably will.
She'll be snacking there for hours, comes back all obese.
So what are three of you doing? You have a big cart, and there's Don Don in front of it, and the guards are investigating. They're not paying any attention to you yet, but if you just continue standing there awkwardly, they might.
I mean, we still have a... Is Dong Dong attached to the cart still?
Yes.
Cool. We still have a bushel of bananas, right?
You do.
Cool. Strom's going to hide in the shadows and start tossing out bananas near Dong Dong and start leading him away from the guards.
Okay, roll me a stealth. Okay. How sneaky are you about it?
About that sneaky.
Okay, and then we roll me an animal handling with advantage, because Don Don likes you.
And also likes bananas.
Indeed.
Apparently, I rolled the same thing twice.
You did. But yeah, you kind of disappear. Why do you need... Okay, so you're just leading him away from the guards?
Yeah, you know how like you leave like a trail of treats out, and like the dog will then go to the first treat, eat it, and go to the second treat, eat it, and you can lead them basically wherever you want like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Strom's going to do that to lead Dong Dong sort of around the corner and outside of the guards.
Okay. You managed to do that. Where are the rest two of you? What are you doing?
If I see him going away somewhere, I'm following Strom.
Okay.
I'll be sneaky about it.
Okay, roll me a stealth as well. Okay. And Law, what are you doing?
Um, Strom Law will just try not to make any noise or anything. Just plainly just walk by and not trying to disturb the guards. Not trying to
Okay.
interact with them. Just ignoring them. Just passing by.
So it's not a stealth exactly. What would be a roll to be?
I would assume
be
it's
an
it's
average
kind of
Joe.
I would assume that it's a charisma
I
thing.
would say it's a charisma saving throw.
Interesting,
about
because
that?
you could use a couple of different skills for that. I wouldn't say it's saving throw necessarily. It's sort of a different thing, personally. But there is an argument that yes, that could be stealth because being nonchalant and nondescript is a form of stealth. But something like a persuasion or a deception might fit here better.
Even a perception for the guards themselves.
Or
With
an
the-
inside. Okay, roll me whatever you see fit and describe me what you're trying to do. Well, I get what you're trying to do. Roll me whatever you feel like is the most appropriate. I trust you on this one. Something charisma based.
I would have.
Okay. Performance is a good choice. Yeah, you start walking and one of the guards are too occupied with whatever they're doing. They're investigating who murdered it, how, why. They get no clues because it seems very random to them. At some point, one of the guards like, looks towards your direction, and then one of the other guards just distracts him with someone else, and they continue investigating. And no one seems to pay any attention to you just walking by at 3 a.m. next to the crime scene, just going away. They don't seem to care. You've passed them unnoticed, and as did you two as you stealthed away and made a trail of breadcrumbs out of bananas for Don Don, and you successfully managed to get out of the city. There's a vast desert in front of you, and you're free to do whatever you want to.
Thing is, we just stocked up on supplies in the cart to make another journey, so
I
we should have what we need.
I would say, for the purpose of this, I would say that's 2 days of rations in bananas,
Okay.
because you can't eat just even if it's a basket.
No, but
of
we-
bananas,
we-
yeah.
We did stock up on supplies to go back to the other city to try and find that guy.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, so we have supplies.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna give Strom like 9 gold for bananas and eat food for Dum Dum.
Oh,
Just,
thank you.
just to share it because he is pulling me and my stuff as well.
Okay. So
Strom has money now. It won't last long.
That's the point.
So I assume you're going to... Where are you going?
We're headed north, I believe.
North is up, right?
That's Sestam.
Yeah, to Seston Magul.
Okay,
Mogul.
Or heading that way at least.
okay. So it takes you... is Don Don carrying... Who is leading the way? All those questions. Who is leading the way? Who is managing the Don Don to go the right way?
Mostly Strom because they are buddies.
Okay. So
Yeah, Strom will take direction.
are you,
Um,
where are you in the cart while this is happening?
Strom or the others?
Is Strom.
He'll be on the driver's seat of the cart.
Okay. Are you
Um,
planning to sleep or are you taking...
Nah.
this? Okay. Okay. Roll me on animal handling or survival, whatever you see fit.
They are both the same. Advantage or normal?
If animal handling advantage.
Then I'm definitely going to take that one.
Okay.
Didn't need it.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Lo, what did you want to say?
Well, Law has the map of the both continents.
Okay.
So, well, I assume that he would curl up in the chest that is in the cart and then try to sleep some hours because he hasn't slept for the whole night.
Okay.
So he's very tired. But when he wakes up, he will actually assist in with the map as well. But since it's the animal handling role and it's not 20, so never
Yeah.
mind.
And Char, what are you doing?
I'm keeping a lookout, sometimes even jumping out of the car because it's night and I feel better at that point. So
Okay.
I'm going to have a little stroll.
Also, Char, I would say that while you were in the jail, you took a long rest because you need only 4 hours, so you would have done that.
Thank you.
And okay, so you're going through the desert. It's very uneventful. It's just a broad desert in front of you. You can see stars clearly. It's very bright because you're in the middle of nowhere. And you, somewhere far, far away, you can't catch up to that little dot, which is barely visible. You can see Geo just like bolting towards there, whatever she's going, because she's that bitch. And it takes you a whole, I would say, 4 or 5 hours. And at some point, you start seeing the coastline with the waves crushing against it. And it's all sand, there's no rocks, it's just slow waves going back and forth. And I would say next to those waves, next to that ocean, you see 2 buildings, not very tall, but somewhat long. And you can see that at this exact moment, their windows are completely dark and there is no one there. I would say it's about 8 a.m. and the sun is slowly getting up, and you've successfully arrived to Sesta Mogul, because whoever wrote that map, he was never on the road and he doesn't know how to measure the distance, so it was actually way closer than you thought it is.
Good thing he didn't put a scale on it.
Yeah. So yeah, you're getting close to it. You can see Geo standing there. She kind of doesn't know what to do because it's 8 a.m. There's no one around. The 2 buildings that are there, they're dark and nothing's happening. So
I'm just gonna motion for her to join the group again, and probably suggest to knock on the door and see if we can find a shelter, maybe for
Okay.
Strom to have to finish his sleep.
I would say with that 23 animal handling, you were able to give Don Don enough directions for him to do whatever he needed to do. So you were able to doze off and fall asleep, and he still brought you to where he needed to go. And all of you took a long rest while this was happening.
Okay.
So Geo joins you. She's there. So what do? You are, I would say, here. You're right there. You can see gate, not the gate, but the, what is it called? The fence, spiky fence on your right, 2 buildings on your left. And you see a little bridge right in front of you. It goes across towards a little island, but I would say it's not the gate exactly on the bridge, but there's red rope on 2 things. You know those fancy things that in the museums that don't allow you to go through those.
Yeah, like the red velvet ropes.
Yeah, one of those. So
I once used those as a trap against some players in a game. It was a lot of fun. And by trap, I mean literally it was a red velvet rope with a sign saying, please do not go past the rope. That's all it was.
Wow, such trap. Did they go over it though?
No, they picked up the post and moved it forwards.
Interesting.
It was a lot of fun. It was a very silly game.
Can you all roll me a general perception check? Okay.
Like normal rolls.
And the law. Okay. So, With a 15, I would say Char and Law notice this. With an 8, Strom, you get the basic idea that the fence is for the armadillos. That if someone arrives here, they can leave it there. So if that's up to you, if you want to leave Don Don there. If not, that's okay as well. And with
Strom will at least unhitch Dong Dong from the car so he can kind of stretch a bit. He's been attached to that car for quite a while now.
He was. And with a perception of 15 and 11, it's starting to get early in the morning and the sun is rising, and you can see that in the sand on the island, and sometimes in the little bits of sand on the side of the bridge that you are in the sand, you see a little glimmers of reflective surface, like little specks of, I would say, light. You don't know exactly what it is until you get close to them, but you can definitely see some reflective bits in the sand.
This is odd.
Gives her a nice view, I suppose. I wanna go knock and see who's here.
Okay. So which building are you building? Knocking on the building next to you?
Well, I'm asking first if we are going to knock or not.
Okay.
Does it look like it's abandoned, or does it look like someone actually lives there, but they are not awake yet?
It looks like it doesn't look like someone lives here. If you the windows are open, so you can definitely see what's inside. Inside, you can see a very big statue, like on the left. If you're here, I would say if you're here and you look on the left inside the building, you can see a big statue of a woman with a big giant sword, like a great sword, and she holds it in front of her chest and it like touches the floor. And on the right you can see some tables, some bookshelves, and at the very end you can see a big bookshelf and a sort of a table. It's like a, what is it called, a corner table, and there is a little space inside there.
Can I do a history check to see if I recognize the statue?
You can.
I'm gonna join in that one.
Okay, roll me up both. Either way, however you want to roll, either advantage or separate. I would say religion. I would say religion also.
Let law roll with advantage.
Okay.
Either history or
Yeah,
religion.
whatever you wish to do.
Well, it's the same for me, so.
Okay.
Hello!
With a 24, you definitely know that this is a statue of Kalatra herself, the patron of judgment. So, that you know exactly who that is. What else do you want to know? Because you rolled a natural 20. What do you want to know?
I'm actually looking for the god chart I had.
Okay. I think I pinged it somewhere. I did. In the general.
Yeah, found it.
I saved it somewhere.
It's pinned in the.
In the base chat.
Yeah, but I also think I saved it on my computer.
I can give you the brief idea if you want to know something
Kal-
specific.
Kalatra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But she was the one who murdered Espia, right?
Yeah, she is the one who murdered Aspira in the first battle. She is the one who's like frowned upon if you ever like mention her specifically, because she's kind of brought the ruination. Because the moment she killed Aspira, the world used to be a big. Is it called a Pangea or whatever? Like when it's one big.
Angier, yeah.
And then once she killed her, it like split into two, and that's why those were named Kalatra, the desert continent yet they're in, that is less favored for the least favorite sister, and the Spira, the one that's blossoming and blooming, the other one named Aspira. So that's that.
That's Kalatra. But also, Kalatra didn't have many followers, right?
No. And as far as you know, there are no open followers of her now.
Well,
But this looks like a shrine to Kalatra.
It doesn't look like a shrine, but it is a statue of her, yes.
at least let us try and be polite if someone is in there. And I'm gonna walk up to the door and have a knock.
Okay. Roll me a perception. Again. Okay. As you knock on the door, there are no signs of any activity inside the house.
Is it open?
It's not. It's closed.
But the windows were open?
The windows are. I mean, they're not covered with curtains. So,
Okay.
yeah, they're closed, but you can't see what's inside.
You want to enter, or are we staying outside?
Let's check the other building before we enter.
Strum, you want to join in? Question mark, because I think he's still busy with Dong Dong.
Strom will stop fussing Dong Dong. And yes. The whole time he's just been making a fuss of Dong Dong.
Do you tell him to stay, or do you just
No.
leave him?
Strom rarely gives Dong Dong commands.
Okay, fair enough. Don appreciates it. Don will remember that.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Have a walk to the other building.
Okay. You go to the other building. It seems way smaller than that one, and even though without knocking, you can hear activity inside of it.
What kind of activity?
I would say.
Does it sound poultry? Does it sound like chickens?
No, there are no. Okay, roll me a perception, both of you. Whoever wants to know what's inside.
Does it sound like we should send Geo in because people might be busy inside?
We'll see.
In a way she once walked
Probably.
into before.
Law, it sounds like normal people doing normal things, nothing specific. just people walking and doing other things. Char and Strom, as you get close, you notice that it's just people waking up, and it's 8 a.m. People are getting ready to do whatever they're doing. You can hear some of them brushing teeth, some of them put on the clothes, some of them just have a idle chatter with each other. It's nothing specific.
You wanna have a knock and say hello, so that they at least know that someone is here.
That would be advisable, yes.
Char is gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Okay. At that moment, you can hear some people get quiet, some people don't. They just continue doing whatever they're doing if they didn't notice, and then you can hear footsteps coming towards you, and there's just a man opening up a door, and he's like, "Can I help you?" He looks. Roll me an insight check, whoever is in front of the door.
Maybe. This is gonna be great. Sorry.
Well,
It's fine. You notice that he's like very confused about why are there people outside of the house. He's like, "Can I help you?"
yes.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I heard Law start talking, so Char is gonna shut up and step out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Hello, down here.
Yes, I can see.
We are travelers traveling from Artis. Sorry,
Yes.
names. And we just went north, and our map showed us that there should be some kind of settlement.
Well,
Is this Setram Mogul?
it is
Just
indeed.
probable.
Yes.
The map never specified what this was.
Oh,
I'm so sorry to disturb your
this is more of a.
morning routine.
And he like looks at all of you, and he's like, "Okay, you're most definitely tourists. So this is a tourist place. Yeah, you've arrived at the right place, but we're a bit closed at the moment. We'll open up in 2 hours. yeah, if you can wait, or do you
Yeah,
need
sure.
anything?
But what kind of tourist place is this?
Okay, so hear me out. And he like
I have no information. I am so sorry.
and he walks out of the house, and he's about to give you some sort of a lecture, and he like walks towards the right corner of the house, and he directs you to follow him, sort of, and he points towards the island across the bridge, and he's like, okay, see, so back in the day, when the Spira and Kalatra was still alive, it was a very long time ago. And he kind of talks it towards you like you're a child, but you could react to however you want to that. Back in the day when they were both alive, so there are followers of Kalatra. Now they're not so common, but they used to happen back in the day. So, and the legend says that when the Spira was slain, Kalatra came here and all the followers came towards her. And they cried so hard that the sand itself became diamonds. And so that's, if you could ever see them shine, and he kind of points at you and points towards the island, and you can see the reflection, those glittery bits that I've mentioned earlier, you can see them more clearly now. And they cried so hard that the diamonds formed out of the sand itself, and Kalatra just went into the ocean and never was seen again, and her followers wept more and more, and so that's why this place became so famous, sort of. And that's why sometimes people want to see this miracle.
Lois wanna do a silent insight check on that story.
Okay, roll me an insight check.
Could I interject with a question?
You most definitely can.
Just go for it inside the west after.
The inside he seems completely genuine.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm
And even like from the story he said, it seems very plausible. Plus, you've heard some stories, even though you lived on the other continent, you lived on the Spira, so you get the idea that it could be a thing, and you've most definitely heard like sometimes somewhere talked about this experience, and it seems to be true.
It is mentioned somewhere
Yeah,
in the.
it was mentioned
in the
somewhere
scrolls,
as a
yeah.
tourist place.
Okay.
Okay, Char.
Oh.
Is the building next door, is that yours as well?
That is the main building. This is where the workers live. So yes, that is the main building. That's where when the carts arrive with the children and the tourist itself, they all go in there, and then from there the excursion goes to the island.
Would you mind if we entered that building?
Why?
The statue inside intrigued me.
Well, you can walk in at the working hours. I don't see why you would do it now.
Well, that's fine for me. I can wait. Just
Okay,
Yeah, we can.
a
We
question.
can wait.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
just gonna sit over here and wait until you open. Thank you.
Sure enough, we open in a couple of hours. Just take care. He kind of goes back into the house and closes the door. And you could if you listen closely, he would tell the story about what just happened. A couple of people just giggle, and they continue doing whatever they're doing.
Oh, well.
Well, waiting for a few hours, I suppose.
So, what are you just waiting?
I'm gonna wait, but I'm also going to take like a piece of cloth and wipe the blood off my sword. Make sure that it is all in that piece of cloth.
Okay. There's also an ocean right next to you, so you can use that.
I'm not gonna wash it.
Okay.
I want to have it specifically on that piece of cloth.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Strom, what were you doing during that conversation? What are you doing now?
He was listening and not understanding a lot of it.
Okay, fair enough.
Now he is fussing Dong Dong again while we wait.
Okay. So you're just
We'll
waiting.
go and sit on that stone,
Okay.
looking at the ocean,
G-
contemplating things.
What is he thinking about?
He's wondering, how did he get into this mess? He should never have left. Is he criminal now on the run. He doesn't know. What would Olvia say? What would Roro say?
Okay, roll me a charisma saving throw. Okay. So with a 15, you feel like the journey is long, the adventures are wide, and sometimes the things other people do don't affect you. So you might be a criminal or you might not be, but it's up to you to decide what you do with that feeling and that situation that you're in. And the vision of Aspira, because you can see it very vaguely from where you're sitting here. You can see it very vaguely, and you know that your sister is somewhere there, and it kind of gives you hope, and you sort of relax with that feeling, and you just sit there and enjoy the view for a couple of hours while you're waiting.
Maybe this will be a fun story someday.
So, Char, anything you do in this 2 hours?
No, just the cleaning of the blade part that I really want to do, and that's about it. I'm waiting until the door's basically open.
Okay, roll me a d20 just to see how well you clean it. Okay, yeah, you cleaned it perfectly fine. There's whatever you wanted to do, you've done. It's clean, and whatever you wanted to do with the bloody rag, it's up to you.
Okay.
And Strom is fussing with Don Don. Roll me an animal handling with advantage because he likes you.
How rough is Dum Dum?
What do you mean? How rough is he? He's average. He hasn't been damaged. And how are you fuffing with him? What are you doing? Paint me a picture with that 20. Like, how fun is your time in those 2 hours?
I mean, Strom is very much not afraid to get down and like physically play. So they're probably being a bit rough and just playing, having a good time, rolling all over the place.
Okay.
I imagine Dong Dong probably literally rolls over Strom a few times.
Oof. But
Um,
I would say with your quote unquote animalistic instincts, it all feels very natural and it's just good times, just vibes, you know.
Strom would like to try one other thing as well, which is whether or not it's possible for Dong Dong to wrap himself around Strom and still roll around, because that seems like good fun.
Okay, with an animal handling of 20, I would assume yes, but also roll me a d20.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Perfect. As you've
Didn't want that.
as you've seen before, like as you was assembling the cart, it's the usual thing for the big armadillo to wrap around the handle and just kind of roll and carry the cart forwards, as you've seen before, and you try to be the rail, you know, be the stick that the armadillo wraps around. So you try to do that, and he starts to roll around, and it's all great fun until he just bumps into the fence and breaks it completely. It just, you hit one piece, and then as a domino effect, it just falls everywhere, and now there is no fence, but you've had great fun.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind a broken fence.
But yeah, as the 2 hours move forward, you can see that the light inside the house, as I think you've walked around the other way of the house from the northern side, there's also an entrance there. And I would say Law noticed as people go outside the closest to him building and go norther and walk into the building, and everyone just walks in, and you can hear the click from the inside. The house opens up, and at some point, maybe not straight away, but you can hear a scream from the inside, and the man runs outside, and he's running towards Strom, and he's like putting his hands to his head, and he's like Pikachu face, and he's like, "What have you done? What is happening?"
Strom is still quite dizzy.
What are you gonna pay for this?
Offense?
Yes. Or I don't know, fix it somehow.
Strom can fix.
Okay, do that. Strange, man. And he kind of goes back to the house. You have an hour until probably people start arriving, so get doing things. But yeah, for the rest of you and for Strom as well, the main building is now open and you can see a couple of people inside.
Strom will just start picking up the logs and stabbing them back into the ground with great force to repair the fence.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
I cast guidance.
Okay.
Ooh, thank you. That's a D4, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
15 total.
With a 15, have Strom ever built a fence?
Yeah, Strom goes around helping people. Someone has almost certainly asked him to build a fence. He's probably built several.
Fair enough. So yeah, you bring back all those memories of how to build a fence. Even though I would assume that sometimes people would tell you how to do it, just to use you as a brute force to put the fence together, not necessarily
Almost
for you to think about how to do it. They would just tell you what to do and you would do it. But you summon back those memories and somehow you managed to build a pretty good fence. It's almost as the same as it was before you broke it, so it's fine.
I mean, if I broke that easily, really, it wasn't a very good fence in the first place.
I
I've done
mean-
them a favour, really.
I mean, it was an armadillo rolling around with a giant Goliath inside of it, so
Yeah.
no, it be what it be. So, what are the rest of you doing while Strom? I would say it takes you like 3 hours to do that.
I'm gonna have a look inside.
Okay.
And Law will fall into the inside.
Okay. I've already described you what it is on the. I mean, okay, fair enough. Boom. There you go. So, yeah, I assume you know where you are on the map. So, as I've described earlier, it's the same thing. Are you looking for anything specific? At this point, you can see a man on behind the corner desk, and he's like sitting in the chair doing his thing.
Is it the same man who we spoke to before?
No, but you get the idea that it's one of the men that was inside the house with him.
Is he stopping me if I just walk past?
I mean, not necessarily, but as you walk by, he kind of raises his vision towards you and kind of looks at you like, yes, can I help you? But if you don't say anything, he just goes back to
I
his
just
things.
give him a nod and I walk on.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific?
I'm looking like, is there something around the statue, like a brazier or something to make offering?
Not necessarily. No, it's just a statue.
I'm gonna walk up to it outside of the red line. It's taken me and start mumbling in Drow, actually.
Oh, what are you mumbling?
My queen and you have no quarrel, and I bring you a little token. I put the cloth with the blood
Okay,
in front of the statue. Blood of a murderer brought to justice.
okay,
Vengeance of a mother served.
okay. And as you do that, roll me a d20. Okay. So, with that roll, you can, as you lower one tooth down to one knee and put your offering on the floor, nothing specifically happens, but somewhere in the back of your mind, somewhere very far away, it's not that you hear it in the physical world, but you hear it inside of you. Just a little skittering of legs, a lot of them, tiny little legs just skittering. And it's a feeling that you've experienced before. You know what it is. I'm not gonna tell what it is, because you know exactly what it is.
Okay.
And it's kind of been a while, and the feeling that this sensation, this sound is so far back in your head is scary. Because usually it's right there. It's the connection between you and whoever you're talking to is very thin at this point. You feel like you're about to lose it, but it's just there. And that connection says that it's pleased with you, but not in a way that you think it is. I think I was vague enough so no one else understands what I'm talking about.
It's very vague, actually. You know how if Drow can go pale, he goes pale and he walks outside again.
Okay. Law, you notice all of that, and as you're kind of standing up, you can see a man. Excuse me, sir, can you take that bloody rag away with you? That's kind of not what. And you kind of leave, and he's like, and he kind of leaves and goes to it and takes the rag and kind of goes. You don't notice it, but Law notices it, that he goes back to his place and throws it in the bin. So, Law, what are you doing while all of this was happening?
What else can I see in here? I see this table. And
Yes.
is this a bookshelf
That's
of
a
some kind?
bookshelf,
Or
yes. There's a table here, just with some chairs. There's a bookshelf. There are a couple of windows on the other side. There's also a door here, which I forgot to draw, but that is okay. And on the corner table, there's a big sign on the bottom of it, and it says, if you want to go to the island, it's 20 silver pieces per person. Something along those lines.
what can I see in the bookshelf?
It's just a lot of random books. Are you looking for something specific? It's just a
No.
lot of sightseeings and excursions to different places. There are not that many, but it's there. Sometimes there are. Have you ever?
There's a lot of the same book. So it's a lot of the same books about the
No.
same things.
Have you been to? I assume you have been to a hotel, but you know at the reception sometimes there's.
I work at a hotel, darling, so I would
Exactly.
know.
Duh. Do you know? I don't know if your hotel has that, but do you know sometimes there's a big stand with like little rectangular pamphlets that gives. Sometimes they give you discounts to places. Sometimes it's just an invitation. It's one of those things.
Okay. So a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
But there are very few in
Yeah.
variety. Okay.
Oh my god! I have 4 messages. Never mind. It's not D&D specific, so they can wait. I thought it was someone. It was one of you. Never mind. So what do you do? And the man at the reception gives you the same look. He's kind of like, "Can I help you?" But he doesn't say anything. He just goes back to his. He's reading.
And this desk does this has a glass on my side so I can see through, see what's inside, or is
that
it
is
just
that is a bookshelf. That's
another
this is the
bookshelf?
back of it, but the books face towards the inner side. So that's just a bookshelf. You can't see what's in it.
Okay. Can he see me if I stand behind the desk?
Probably not.
Just having a very fun
The
picture in my
troubles of
mind.
being a halfling. No, you're a gnome. No, you're a halfling. Never.
I'm a halfling. That's why I'm so lucky. Can re-roll nat ones. If I only can remember to do them. I think Lawrence will ask. Excuse me.
And he,
Oh, I'm behind the desk. You can't see me. Sorry.
oh,
Hi,
you
down
can-
here.
You can hear a book closing, and he kind of towers over the desk and see where you are.
How long has this establishment been here?
Well, I would say for around. What do you mean specifically? The island itself or the building?
No, this establishment, not the island. The island itself, I assume, was from the separation of the continents, but
Yes, I would say for around 20, 30 years. We're quite
Yeah.
new in the business, but we're making do.
how did you find out about that this was the island where
I mean,
the followers cried?
I mean, that's what the story was telling, and that's we came here and we decided there was a good business opportunity.
Okay.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight.
Okay. You can most definitely see that this man does not want to be here. He's just doing his job, but he's not enjoying a single moment of it.
How long have you been working here?
And a year or two.
Too long?
Yes. How do you know?
I had a feeling.
Also, Strom and Char. Char, are you outside? I assume.
Yes.
Okay. As you are outside, you and Strom notice that there is a cart coming towards you, and it's gonna park very soon.
I mean, I assume Strom is still building a fence, so.
I would say you're close to finishing it, but yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit on our cart and sit.
Well, I'm so tired I can't really figure out things to ask this person. Just seeing myself on the other side of the desk, but I'm way more hospitable than this person is. This person here is the person I can't really stand at work. The fellow that doesn't really
Okay.
want to work.
Makes sense.
And he's just no, stop it.
Suddenly a smite comes out of law.
As you're
Do your work.
as you're just standing there thinking about your IRL life, you suddenly realize that you're inside of the game, but you're thinking outside of it.
Oh shit.
You can hear a lot of chatter and like loud conversations happening outside, and some people are starting to walk in, and the
Is-
man lives up instantly, and like as people are getting closer to him, it's like, oh yes, I will help you with this and that. It's gonna be 20s delivered from you, and all of that thing.
While they go in, I will just give him a nod and I will recede out of the building.
Okay. Char, are you? I would say you and Law. Can you both roll me an insight check again? Okay. Char, you do not notice it. Law, as you're walking outside, you can see that there are, I would say, 3 or 4 people out of this entire crowd that don't exactly fit in. You don't know why exactly, but there's something strange about them. And you walk outside, and those 4 people go
Well,
inside. of the
before I
group.
go outside them, I want to see how they react inside.
Okay.
If I get a feeling that they don't seem like normal tourists,
They
I will
most
actually
definitely
stand away in the corner and observe them
don't. Okay.
as stealthily as I can.
Okay. That would be one of those again rolls, the same you did as you were trying to be inconspicuous with the guards.
Stick with the my minus charisma thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Lo will just stand here looking at the pamphlets, picking them up, reading them on the backside, and just trying to eavesdrop or anything of that kind.
Okay, roll me a
So-
perception then, if it's an eavesdropping.
Just to see if they say anything or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's
Who's
sake.
been dropping all these eaves?
Even with the 9, you can hear a very low whisper between them. Sometimes, rarely, but it's almost like a sign to not act yet, you know? So nothing seems to happen while you're there. But the crowd just continues going. Some people sit at the chair. Some people join you at the book stand and they're like looking at it. They don't really care what it is, but they just pick out a thing and then put them in their pocket and be like, I might use it later. They probably never will, but there is a chance. And those people just... The vibe is still there, but no action is happening so far.
Well, the very small whisper I hear.
Yes. You do not
I
hear
will
what
use-
it is, but there is something.
Something about it's not the time yet.
Yes.
Yeah. Law will use his silent speech,
Oh.
not looking at the person or anything. And they will then they will not realize who it is speaking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Okay.
Just see if anything just happens between them.
Roll me an intimidation check.
More charisma based.
Or persuasion. Okay, it's it's too late.
At least it's over 10.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
You can hear one of the people, the one you were focusing on, he kind of looks around, and then that moment that he looks around, he kind of composes back, and you can hear another whisper. You don't hear what it is, but the other man looks at him, and they both seem a little bit nervous. Char, what are you doing outside while this is happening? I would assume Strom has finished building the defense by this time.
At this point, I'm more of guarding the cart. That's about it I'm doing.
Okay. And Strom? Strom?
Just munching.
Oh.
I decided I was very hungry. The Storm's finished building the fence and there's people acting suspiciously.
Yes, but you don't see that.
I was going to say, I don't believe he's noticed that. He'll walk over to Law and see what's going on.
Are you saying it like out loud, openly?
I think he's going to go up to Law and he's going to ask, basically, have we found what we need here?
No, not yet. I might have found something else, though. And he will silently say to Stromat, be on your guard. There might be some kind of robbers or something here. I don't know yet.
Okay.
But let's wait and see if they actually are, or if they are planning something else.
Strom will go stand by the door with his axe in hand.
But also, Strom, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? Because I don't think you've ever heard Law speaking to you in this manner. He speaks directly towards your mind. With a 6.
But he does know Law's voice.
Yes. So, Strom, you react however you want with that 6. You decide.
Damn it! I was hoping for a low roll there. That's weird. How you speak with no move lip.
And when he says that, you can see one of the men that he was very suspicious about earlier. He like turns towards Law and kind of squints his eyes a little bit. And then turns towards the receptionist and continues doing his business.
Just something I can do. I don't know how it works.
Okay.
And as
Strom will guard.
Are you guarding outside?
I mean, Law said they were inside, right? So
Yeah, they're all inside.
he will set up inside by the door.
Okay. Char, where are you? Are you outside by the cart?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on inside, so
Okay, so are you? I'll put you somewhere here because I don't remember where you put the cart. I would assume
it's
somewhere
okay.
there. So yes, and as those suspicious people are doing their business, they're kind of waiting for all the non-suspicious tourists to leave, and they're kind of standing there awkwardly, kind of not knowing what to do, because now there are two people that
Lo will go and sit over here and just looking at them and just very coyly and say, "Okay, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna keep an eye on you."
Tom is very obviously on guard duty. He is not trying to hide it at all.
okay,
how long has this actually been going on?
I would say for 10-15 minutes.
And I don't think anyone has made a move towards the cart itself, so I'm going to see what Law is saying.
Okay, so roll me a perception. Now that you've mentioned it.
There should be a window here, so you should be able to see what I'm doing.
Yeah. You can see that Law is being very sassy. He just sat at the table and be like, "I'm watching you."
I'm going to go inside and sit next to his sassy ass.
with a perception of 20 while you were guarding the cart, as those people were walking in, you notice that one of the people in that crowd, he was kind of looking at not where he was going but around. He was looking at your cart very sneakily, and some people that were going by also sneakily, but you've managed to notice it.
Yeah, if I see him looking towards the cart, I just unsheath my sword a little bit to make my intentions clear, and then I sheath it again.
Roll me an intimidation. Okay. He as you do that, he gives you a lingering look, but then continues going and just like does his own thing.
As he gives me his lingering look, I'm going to walk up to him.
Well, he's already inside.
I'm still going to walk inside then. Have to look where Storm and everyone is.
Okay. And you notice this whole ordeal. I would say five quote unquote suspicious people. They're just looking around awkwardly. There's Strom on the guard, and there is Law sitting at the table, very sassy. I'm sorry. I just imagine you being sassy. I don't know if you actually are.
I'm going to try something very new to me,
Okay.
but I hope it works.
What is it?
Also, I'm going to be an idiot, but
Go ahead.
the guy that had that lingering look on the card is going to walk up to him. Just go like, George, it has been too long. Just start talking to him about the weather, and basically during that and these scans, I'm going to try and ask him what is the plan.
The way my mind just went blank.
So good, dude. So good.
That's basically how these scans works, I think.
Yeah. Roll me a persuasion.
At
Okay, well.
advantage, please.
Yes, with advantage and inspiration. If you didn't have it.
Oh, that's
I believe you
amazing.
already did.
Yeah. Oh, you had the inspiration. You can use it now and then have another
That's
one.
D10, right?
No, it's just a
No,
reroll.
DM inspiration is just a reroll.
And Bardic Inspiration is
Do I
worse.
wanna roll the next time?
I think an 18 is
I'll
quite
keep
good
it.
there, actually.
He's literally giving you another one. Just use it and take another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question is if I roll the other one, does the 18 still count?
I
That
will-
was-
Yeah, you choose which one you
Yeah,
choose.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
keep the highest one. Okay, 19. Cool.
Also, on a technical note here, it doesn't matter in this case, but inspiration is reroll of 1 die, so it's not like if you roll it advantage, you roll it advantage again. It's just 1 more d20 basically.
And I'll remember.
It doesn't matter in this case.
I'll remember it for
Just
next time.
yeah, for future.
Okay. And he like gives you a look. Oh my god. What is your name again?
Sure, you know, we met back in the big town where all hell is breaking loose.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, dude. Like, are you here for the job as well? And this is all like very whispery.
Yeah, I was sent this way for the job, but they left out the details, so I'm a bit in the dark here.
Oh, okay. Let's go outside because there are like 2 people and they're kind of weird.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, and he kind
But
of.
I'm only going with you outside because I know you, but I don't trust the others.
Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. This is just like our first group job, so yeah, don't worry about it. And he kind of goes outside. He kind of gives Strom a very weird look.
I just walk outside, give Strom a nod as I walk outside.
Dom nods back.
Okay, give me a sec. Fair enough. Nothing happens. You go outside, and he's like, "Oh, okay. So, the job is, we're gonna steal all the money from this guy, the one at the reception.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's basically the job. We're
But
just
it-
we're just waiting for those 2 weirdos to leave.
Are you sure he is rich, though?
Well,
Because he doesn't seem like it.
there's like 70 billion tourists every day here, so he probably is. He probably has some money.
Okay. Well, I will help you, and I will get those 2 weird people outside.
Oh,
How about that?
okay, most definitely, sure.
I
Thanks.
have a little bit of a history with the small one, but yeah, I can get him out if you want.
Sure, most definitely. Thanks, dude. And he like slaps you on the shoulder and goes back in.
No worries.
No worries, bro. What the hell?
I'm going back inside and I'm walking up to Law. Give him basically a nod to say like, come on, let's go. Let's see how he looks.
I want to roll something here. I don't know what to roll though.
What are you trying to roll?
Maybe an insight to see if I understand the intention with
I
it.
mean, it depends what Char told
It's
you.
it's basically a nod with a wink. Like, come on, let's follow me for a bit.
If you want to roll inside, roll it with advantage, because that was a very obvious, like, wink wink.
Oh, okay. With the wink, he would. Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna walk up to Strum together with
And-
Law.
But before he goes out, he's gonna do a very sassy look because I know what you're doing.
Are you saying
I'm
it
gonna be
with,
back.
Mind?
No, he
Okay.
no he's not saying it. He's just he gives the look of that, the attitude of when he looks at the other people in there. I know what you're doing. I'm gonna be back. I
They're-
see you.
They're giving you the exact same look back. They're like, try me, bitch. Sort of a look.
Really? You wanna try me?
I'm gonna walk up to Strum and basically ask him if he can help me for a minute outside.
With
I-
what? Strom is on guard.
I'll tell you outside. It's only gonna be a minute and then you can go on guard again.
Okay.
And the
Oh.
guy you were talking to, you're like, oh, you know this dudes.
Yeah, just a little bit, as I said. We ran into each other in the previous city, and I say that as we leave.
Oh, and he like slaps Strom on the shoulder. He's like, oh, you're gonna help us as well?
Yes.
Strom will help. What with?
Oh.
I'm just gonna quietly push them as softly as I can, actually.
I mean, Strom's asked him a question.
I'm not going to.
Okay, are you pushing? Is that a contested athletics?
No,
What-
I'm gonna try and tease Kent and tell him like that we're leaving.
I mean,
Do
Strom's
the-
asked
do
him
your
a
job.
question.
Oh,
I think Law will help Strum. We're gonna go out for just a second and then go back in. Okay?
They need help.
Yes.
They want the bad kind of help.
They want the private pocket to serve behind the desk.
Wait, what do you mean we need the bad kind of help?
So you can
That-
help
that's,
them outside.
What do you need help with?
Oh,
Lawrence says the bad kind of help in silent speech. I forgot to say that, but
Okay,
that was
fair enough.
supposed to be in silent.
But also, I will roll this because this guy is getting very suspicious. Okay. And
I'm
he-
just gonna tell Strom basically like, oh, he needs to talk with the person behind the desk in private, and you can help by going outside with us for a second.
But he asked for some help.
As you're saying that, the guy that you were talking to, the friendly guy, slowly backs off, and he's like, "Guys, I think we're in trouble." And the guy that was closest to the receptionist, like, takes out a dagger and puts it right in front of the receptionist's throat, and he's like, "Ooh, I think we're in trouble. Yes." And
Oh, Strom, you wanted to guard? And I point at the guys. Those are your bandits.
Oh, okay. Strom draws his axe.
Yeah, and the guy raises his hands, and there are 5 guards in the room, not guards, 5 bandits in the room, and one of them is taking hostage the guy. And I would like you all to roll initiative, and this is where we're gonna end for today's session, because Geo might enjoy this. So,
Damn it.
oh,
So
and
close.
yeah, it was close. That was a chef's kiss.
He asked Strom for help.
Yeah, it's like the thing now. You ask Strom for help, and he has to do it.
Yeah, literally. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's why I'm
He's so
going.
easily manipulated.
He is.
That's why I'm going like more towards the guy. Like, you could have made it so much easier. Damn it.
Oof.
My only plan was basically to get Strom out, wait until they. Basically the same scenario.
Mm.
We went outside and Strom went in first, and I went.
From outside.
Yeah, basically, but the door is open, so.
But yeah.
That would have been more, maybe. that
No,
was-
I like it, but unfortunately he asked for Strom's help.
For me, it
And
was
Strom
more.
always offers his help.
For me, it was more. Maybe we get a surprise round out of it.
That
was it.
Nah, you would have, but not now.
No, not now, but that's fine.
And I will add Geo, because that's what it is. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna start from the battle next time. And I'm gonna end the recording by ding ding.
Bye, Ding.
Bye, Hassan.